our clan match mascot tonight, with Scott Pitt, it's 14-year-old Damien Payton from Greenock. Let's hear it for our mascot, Damien Payton. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Remembrance Weekend, and to join me on the ice for our annual act of remembrance, would you please welcome Stuart Logan, who will play the last post, and from our friends at Erskine, a veteran of action in Afghanistan from the Royal Regiment of Scotland, Private Sheldon Hunt. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now ask you to stand as we remember the men and women of many different nations who stood shoulder to shoulder in conflicts around the world to defend our freedoms and protect the way of life we all enjoy today. In their memory, we will now play the last post, immediately followed by 1 minute's silence. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And our thanks to Stuart Logan for playing the last post this evening. Thank you, Stuart. Okay, now to our ceremonial puck drop, ladies and gentlemen. Can I invite our two team captains, James Livingston and Matt Haywood, to skate forward and join Private Sheldon Hunt, who will perform the ceremony for us this evening. There we go, our two team captains, along with our special guest, Private Sheldon Hunt from Erskine. Thanks to our two team captains, and we would now like to present our poppy wreath to Sheldon and ask them to place it with the others at the memorial at Erskine tomorrow on behalf of the Glasgow clan. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand please for Private Sheldon Hunt. And now, ladies and Luke Nisbet, would you now remain standing for the national anthem of Scotland? Ladies and gentlemen, your match officials for tonight's day, referees Steve Brown and Dave Good, your linesmen tonight, Lewis Dixon and Danny Beresford. That's referees Steve Brown and Dave Good, linesmen tonight, Lewis Dixon and Danny Beresford. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's hockey night in Glasgow, and it's gaming time. This is Elite League Ice Hockey. Our game this evening is between the Fife Flyers and your home side, the Glasgow Flyers.
Well, these old rivals come together once again in the name of ice hockey. Elite League action between the Fife Flyers here at the Glasgow Clan. A big 2 points up for grabs. Flyers, like Clan, didn't play last Sunday. Their confidence will be high on the back of that 5-1 win over Cardiff Devils. A quick chance already. Tim Crowder. Opportunity goes wide. And the whistle sounds already. 30 seconds on the clock between these two sides. Clan without Scott Tansky and Matt Stanish tonight. Well, Flyers are missing Sam Jones, as well as the younger players Scott Jamieson and Martin Simpson. The third goalie, Tony Tammy, is also absent from the Fife lineup, as Jordan Haywood makes entry. Sends it around the ice, looking for Matt Haywood, his namesake. Gauthier picks it up for the Flyers, finds Barry McKenzie on the left side position, comes back, looks for Poufal, but Killeen gets the touch. Roy, backhanded to Pitt down the left-hand side. Pitt throws it into the centre, and Becker, returning to action after his lengthy spell out injured, isn't able to get there. Craig Moore sends it back into Roy against the backboards. McKenzie goes with him now. Scott Arson is tracking Scott Pitwell. Opportunity from Becker, goes wide. Clan retrieve it. It's Matt Poufal down the left-hand side here, gets away from Shaber. It's got a touch off Becker, and it's been given an early goal for the Clan. 90 seconds into his return to action. Matt Becker with the final touch. And it leaves Adam Morrison beaten. And the Glasgow Clan are ahead already. A minute and 30 into the game. The puck played in from the left-hand side. Poufal it was. Becker getting the touch. Well, that's a blow for Fife Flyers already.
Opening goal for the Glasgow Clan, scored by the Leisure Resort sponsor, number 26, Becker.
A row.
Clan goal scorer number 26.
Fife looking to dig in already. James Livingston moves it away. Erhard picks it up on the right hand side, squares it to Springer.
Matt Pufa, time of the goal, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Opening goal for the Clan.
Now Goodwald, a man well known in these parts, takes it away from Nolan Laporte.
1:30.
Cazzola, backhanded, but the Flyers in the neutral zone. Livingston just momentarily loses possession of it. Kyle Just sends it up behind the net. Livingston picks up. Chad Rowe follows him all the way. Now Just, the shot block. Bieram picks up on this left hand side. Takes it on a bit of a wander. Feeds it to the outside for Craig Peacock. Now Lyndon Springer in the corner in front of the Fife fans. Never a dull moment in these games between these two teams. Matt Puffel down the left hand side. Wessa in a tussle with Matt Haywood, two former teammates of course. Now Shaber. Shaber looks to make the pass, shows too much of it to Matt Puffel. Now Craig Peacock brings it away through the neutral zone. Feeds it to Litthammer down the left hand side. Litthammer with the touch. Peacock can't quite get full connection on it. Comes all the way back to Jordan Haywood. And the deflection takes it high over the net and into the back net. That's an effort from Puffel. Adam Morrison had to watch it carefully. Glasgow Clan leading by a goal to nil, hoping to repeat what they did against another Scottish team last week in Dundee Stars. Clan winning by 3 goals to 2 last Saturday. That's another chance for the Flyers. It was Carlo Finucci. Finucci has it again, looks to drop nicely for Tim Crowder in the centre. Comes all the way back, Gutwald doesn't quite get the touch he was looking for, ends up dragging it back into the neutral zone. Clan have it back in possession. Mathieu Roy, former Sheffield man. Great bit of stick work from him. Pitt on the left hand side, throws it into the centre. And Morrison touches it away to safety. And the puck lands in the crowd on the opposite side there in section B. And looks as though someone will be leaving the arena with a souvenir tonight. Matt Howlett in the face-off with Mike Cazzola. Good pass round the outside for James Livingston. Livingston tries the low diagonal. Killeen bounces off his pads and away. And offside called against the Flyers.
Consider the enjoyment and safety of your fellow fans at all times, and do not leave or return to your seat while the puck is in open play. The Glasgow Clan thank you for your cooperation.
Quayle. Good pass from Quayle to Livingston. Livingston another low diagonal. Killeen catches this time. Killeen, who's been on top form. Flyers quickly off the face-off. Just skims wide the opportunity. Flyers looking to get back on the board. The effort from Livingston in the centre, just a little bit too high. Pressure keeps coming though. Emmerdal. And Killeen throws out the left hand, makes the catch. Bieram. Finucci can't quite get on it. Laporte's at the other side. And he has to basically chase his own pass. Nolan Laporte does well though. In a tangle with Scott Arson in this near corner down to our left. 5 minutes on the clock. Clan 1, Fife 0. Goes back to Springer. Springer on the inside. Looks for an option. Bounces off Tim Crowder. Scott Arson there to sweep up. Finucci plays it into Paul Crowder. Paul that is, got a hat-trick against his former team, the Cardiff Devils, last week. He's good friends with Andrew Lord, in actual fact, the Cardiff coach. So that would have been down well with his good chum. Clan retrieve it in their own zone. Matt Puffle just takes it around Killeen's net, gets away from Tim Crowder. Pass out wide to Jordan Haywood. Becker been skating all week by all accounts. He looked good for it. Shot on the turn from Pitt. Moved on by the Flyers fans. Paul Crowder just dumps it in the corner. Killeen stops it. And now Craig Moore, a former Fife Flyers player, played there last year after leaving Cardiff Devils. And the whistle blows. Quayle. Gauthier. Livingston tries the one-timer, doesn't come off. Arson gets a crack at it. Sends it over. Now Livingston on the turn. Shaber just escapes from him, but Gauthier is there to pick it up. Takes it on a bit of a journey. Shaber on the right-hand side turns, looks for the outlet on the inside. Arson patrolling the blue line very well. Something the Clan fans here know all about, of course. From Arson's 4 years here at the club. Quayle. Quayle down the right hand side, looks up, looks for an option, ends up taking it around the net. Now Shaber. Roy. Looks for the pass inside to Lidhammer. But Gutvald done enough to put him off. Five Flyers have not won here in their last 2 visits to Glasgow. That'd be something to be keen to put right, especially on the back of that great win against Cardiff last week. Here's Cazzola. Cazzola into the centre, just bounces away from Kyle Just. Good work from Lidhammer, finds Erhard. Great turn from Travis Erhard, still on it. Erhard backhanded off the pads of Adam Morrison. And back round now, Peacock has it, looks for an option. Not a lot of purple jerseys in the middle, having to hold off a little bit later, but now Fife on the break, 1-on-1. It's Cazzola. It's a great save from Patrick Killeen. That's why they love him here in Glasgow. Sees the whites of the eyes, and Killeen makes a save. Jordan Haywood. Lyndon Springer up the left-hand side looking for Jack Musil. A little bit too far forward for him.
It's time for our first Super Seat giveaway of the evening. Winning a £30 Tony Macaroni's voucher is the person in Block K. They're in Row K. And in seat number 1, congratulations, you are our winner. You're going to Tony Macaroni's.
Back underway. That's Matt Puffle. Takes it away from the Clan net. That puck thrown in. He's back into the neutral zone. Tim Crowder. Feeds it to his brother. Now Tim again. Tim was at Coventry last year on the turn. Bounces off his brother's skate. Now Pufel. Musel crushed up against the boards there on the far side by Tim Crowder. Fife trying to lay siege a little bit. That looked like a trip, and it was. Rasmus Bjerrum. It looks as though it was Jonas Emmerdal who'll take the seat for that. A trip on Bjerrum, and Fife are in penalty killing mode.
Flyers penalty to be served in the leisure resort sponsored penalty box. On number 44, Jonas
Erhardt.
Emmerdal, 2 minutes for tripping.
To Becca. Becca into the face-off circle. Arson gets an unexpected touch and moves it away.
Penalty time 9:23.
Erhardt brings it back to his own defensive zone. He's got Scott Pitt down the left-hand side. Pitt, he's got a couple of options in the centre. Instead, just doubles back and uses Travis Erhardt. Erhardt, Pitt makes his way to the other side. It's Ra, tries to smuggle it in at the far post. Doesn't come off. Erhardt back to Pitt. Back to Erhardt in the centre. Becca. Bit of a scramble in front of Adam Morrison. And the whistle blows just as things get a little bit interesting. .9:45 remains, just over 10 minutes gone. Glasgow Clan leading by 1-0. In this clash between Glasgow Clan and the Fife Flyers. Of course, many players have crossed the divide of both teams. We just need to look at Fife's lineup to see Barry McKenzie, Jordan Buesa, Scott Arson, Mikael Gutwald. Clan have Craig Moore, a former Fife player. Quite a few guys have made the move from one to the other. Brendan Brooks, one among many. Bobby Chamont, Derek Rail. But a great rivalry it is between these two teams. As Bjerrum feeds it off to Nolan Laporte. Laporte turns in the wide position. He's got Pufal in support. Takes a bit of a bounce just in front of the Fife crease. Clan just move it away from danger to try and look for maybe a better option. Gutwald looks to block off Laporte. Haywood back down to Laporte in the left side corner. Comes in for Pufal. One timer, Laporte. Good blocker save from Morrison. Bjerrum. Haywood. Comes off Crowder's stick, but Clan still have it. It's Pufal, 6 seconds to go of the power play. And it looks as though Fife will kill it, and they have done. Emmerdal returns to action. Fife back at a full complement of skaters. Down the outside for the Clan. Lidhammer just takes his eye off the puck for a second. That allows James Isaacs in there. Matt Cowlick does well. And offside called against the youngster. Matt Haywood. A bit of a scrap with Buesa, but Cazzola brings it away for the Flyers. Cazzola tries one. Doesn't quite come off. Lidhammer tussles with him. It's over the far side with Kyle Just. Erhardt scrambles to try and get something on it at least. Fife looking to break quickly. Here's Isaacs. Bounces away. Just hits it. Buesa's in the way. Killeen having to stand guard, but that allows the Clan to break forward as Matt Haywood, instead of taking the shot, tries to play in Craig Moore. The pass rather, a little bit heavy. Isaacs for Fife. Turns round, plays it back to Scott Arson. Turned away, and it's done at Gauthier. Good work from Gauthier. He was suspended last time Fife came here. They love him in Kirkcaldy, that's for sure. He's still on the puck there, number 78 for the Fife Flyers. Isaacs. Springer. Fife changing a couple of bodies as we go. Here's Scott Pitt. Round the outside, looks for Matt Becca. Becca on the far side. Plays it into Mathieu Roy, who has to contend with Jonas Emmerdal. The Swede trying to nip something away from him. Now Pufal. Pufal shot just wide. Comes back now to Scott Pitt. Backhanded, no one there, and it's picked up by Mikael Gutvald. Staying in Scotland after his 2 years here with the Clan, working under John Tripp and then Pete Russell. Laporte just misses out. Scott Arson will get there first. Now Rasmus Bjerrum on the turn. Laporte. Good passing play between the Glasgow Clan players at the moment. Pufal just throws it into the glove of Adam Morrison. Finucci looks for the quick break. This seems to be where Fife are trying their luck a little bit when breaking forward. Nolan Laporte, good low shot, good cover from Adam Morrison. Earhart, round the outside, looks for Matt Haywood. Haywood in a bit of a grind with James Isaacs. Referee keeping an eye on that. And Killeen. Lands in his glove. Kyle Just it was with the opportunity on the wide left position. Isaacs goes after it. Matt Haywood straight away all over him. The Clan captain leading from the front. Barry McKenzie with the tap. Cazzola out-muscled by Lyndon Springer. The Springer didn't see the counter-attack coming in from Kyle Just. Cazzola tries a backhanded pass. Springer was right with him. And we're going to see an interference call on Craig Peacock. Peacock can't quite believe it. I think he's making the point that Just maybe slipped at the wrong time. But Peacock not too happy with that. So Craig Peacock takes a seat for the Glasgow Clan. Interference is the call. And now Fife get a chance to exercise their power play legs. Thrown in, Fife straight away on the attack. Chase Shaber right in front of Patrick Killeen.
For interference, penalty time, 15 minutes and 20 seconds. Clan penalty number 71. 2 minutes for interference, penalty time 15:20.
Tim Crowder, Emmerdal. Danny Gauthier. Moves it into the centre. He's got Lidhammer in front of him, going himself at the hash marks. Still Gauthier. Bit of a tussle in front of the Clan net. James Livingston at the centre of it for Fife. And straight away the Clan men were quick to get on that and close the gap, protect their goalie. 4:17 remains of the first period. Glasgow Clan leading by a goal to nil. Matt Becker back in action for the Clan after missing a number of games through injury. So from a Clan perspective, good to see him back on the ice. But Clan are missing Scott Tansky and Matt Stanish tonight. Get him. Just decides to take the puck out of play, send it down the other end, but the whistle blows. I think again there was another issue with the goal. Yeah, a bit of an issue with the goal at the moment, as you can see. Just looking to sort something out with that. Back underway just outside the Clan zone, and it's Paul Crowder. Finucci. Cazzola up the right hand side. Nicks it away from Erhard Moore. Just turns and smashes it away, out of danger. 3.5 minutes to play in this opening period. Just a goal between the two teams at the moment. Paul Crowder. Finucci. Good work from Finucci. Tries one. Killeen has it covered. Another effort, this time from Crowder. Killeen with the stop again. Fife trying to turn up the pressure here. As the penalty on Peacock heads into its final 20 seconds. Dylan Quayle across the blue line. Kyle just tries one from the inside left, and Killeen makes the stop. That penalty will expire very soon as Chaber from the face-off circle. Touch on by Killeen. And now Craig Peacock returns to the action. And can they break forward? Jordan Haywood brings it to the left-hand side, plays it across. Becker retrieves it on the far side, shows a little bit too much of it to Emmerdale. And now Fife break forward. It's James Livingston. He's got Danny Gauthier, but he doesn't need him. It's Chase Shaber. And the backhanded effort just goes wide of the post. That was a chance. Fife have certainly looked threatening going forward. As Isaacs finds Shaber up the left side. Isaacs, the chance goes wide. Pitt with the touch, but Shaber picks it up in front of his own bench. Now Isaacs. Isaacs turns inside, Pufel goes with him. Now comes all the way back. Shaber to Gutwald. Takes a touch off Gautier's stick and lands nicely into Colleen's glove. Laporte. Up and under from clan number 37, now Bjerrum. Down the left-hand side, turns away from Buesa, looks up for an option. He's got Rao down his outside, Chad Rao. Laporte into the centre, Bjerrum. Erhard keeps it in, Morrison makes a stop. Good effort from Travis Erhard. Erhard's. Again, Morrison has to watch it very closely. Inside the final minute of this first period, Glasgow Clan leading by a goal to nil. The goal from Matt Becker, back after 11 games out through injury. Touch from Bjerrum, now Rao. Inside to Springer. Springer, it's nicked off him by Paul Crowder. Good work from Crowder. Emmerdal. Not quite able. Now, Lyndon Springer and Jonas Emmerdal. Bit of a shoving match between these two with 30 seconds to go. Springer unhappy about something. Have we seen the last of that, I wonder? Keep your eyes peeled. We've got a face-off in front of us, to our right, in front of Patrick Killeen's goal, in the section where the Fife Flyers fans are sitting tonight. As always, a decent travelling contingent from Kirkcaldy. Scott Arson. Peacock. Peacock does well against Arson, but James Isaacs gets in ahead of him as the seconds tick down on what remains of this first period. There has been chances, but only one goal to show for it. And it goes the way of the Glasgow Clan. Matt Becker, a goal a minute and 30 seconds into his comeback from injury. Is the difference between the two teams after the first period. Glasgow Clan 1, Fife Flyers 0.
And we are ready to go with the second period of tonight's Elite League match. Time to get noisy once again for our two teams, the Fife Flyers and your home side, the Glasgow.
Well, Steve Brown drops the puck on the second period in a game that sees the Glasgow Clan leading by 1-0 against the Fife Flyers. What will we see in this second period? Well, we got a goal. Will we see a response from Fife? Will we see any more between that slight flashpoint between Lyndon Springer and Jonas Emmerdal? We'll just have to wait and see. As the puck bounces away from Matt Haywood, Crowder. Good pass, finds Fanucci down the left. Craig Peacock cuts across him and completely puts him off his rhythm. Isaacs on the far side. Comes inside at the face-off circle, lays it off at the hash marks for Fanucci. Jordan Haywood brings it inside. Good work from Jordan Haywood, lays it off to his left for Peacock. Poke check from Craig Moore on Gauthier. Killeen had to spread himself across the crease there and get at least something on that. One of those ones, it didn't look like a threat at first, but as it got closer, you just wondered. Emmerdal leads it behind the net. Looks for Shaber. Pufal gets there first. Now Becker. Roy down into the corner. Becker. Blocked by Shaber. Becker in the thick of it again. Joe, for a man who's been out for the last 11 games, he's looking quite sprightly. Gauthier, the one-timer. Killeen read it quickly. Good work from the Clan goalie. Now Poufal. Poufal down the outside. Gauthier. Pitt tries to get a lunge at it. Livingston is there first. Bjerrum. Good speed from the Dane. Rasmus Bjerrum in a tight spot, along with Jordan Boessa. Now Rao. Bjerrum. Rao in a good position, just to the left of Adam Morrison. Can't quite squeeze it in. Clan with a bit of pressure at the moment. The early pass looks for Earhart, doesn't come off. Off the boards on the other side, Laporte inside to Bjerrum. Bjerrum the low one. Morrison again has to turn it away. Laporte. Good work from Laporte. Fired straight in by Lyndon Springer. Now Bjerrum. Springer looks to play the reverse. Doesn't work. Emmerdal for Fife in possession now. Up on the left-hand side. Comes all the way down to Lyndon Springer. The quick movement just takes it away from danger. Now Peacock. Finds his captain, Matt Haywood, collides with Kyle just along the way. That wins approval from the home fans. Haywood. Just nicks it away from Boessa. Poufal. Up on the inside, one straight back by Fife. And the turning shot, Cazzola. And the catch from the Clan goalie. Clan 1, Fife 0. The third meeting of the season between these two teams. Fife yet to taste victory against the Glasgow Clan. Todd Dutiem, the coach for Fife, without his assistant coach, Jeff Hutchins, in the middle of a 7-game ban for reportedly kicking a bottle into the crowd in a recent game against the Nottingham Panthers. Dobbs taking a dim view of that one. Poufal, Lidhammer. Down the outside. It allows Matt Haywood to break free. What will the captain do here? Not much, as it turns out, as the final pass not quite working. And we're going to see a tripping penalty. And Fife will be without a man. It's a trip. And it's Tim Crowder who takes a seat. So Clan have a power play. Gutwald on the turn, brings it back the way. Fife short-handed, looking to find some space going forward now. Can Clan do something with this? They win it back. It's Scott Pitt takes it up the left-hand side, has to contend with the attention of Mikael Gutwald. Comes all the way back into Clan ice. Patrick Killeen tries to play the high one for Earhart with Chase Shaber closing in. Execution maybe didn't quite work, but Scott Pitt now sporting a rather fetching moustache. It is the month of them after all. Bit of a tussle along the boards at the far end there. Dylan Quayle, Scott Pitt involved. Clan on the power play. Can they make it count? The low effort, it drops, and Fife able to remove the danger. It's Chase Shaber The up and under lands in the glove of Patrick Killeen straight away. Drops it down for Travis Earhart. Now Jordan Haywood. Rasmus Bierum, left hand side. Looks to take it round the outside. Blocked off by Isaacs. Fife still defending valiantly. Jordan Haywood. Pufall is the intended recipient of the pass. Has got a bit of work to do though. And Haywood has to chase back. He does so very well. Look, a lot of options in front of him. Haywood takes it on a bit of a journey. It's Peacock. Haywood makes his way to this near side, but Fife are back at full strength. Pufall, the low shot. Morrison blocks it again from Laporte. Good work. Finucci loses his stick. Has to make his way back. Gets the stick, and Fife rush forward again. Crowder for Tim Crowder. Now Finucci. Good block from Matt Pufall. Timely is the best way to describe that. Matt Pufall coming across to protect his netminder. Matt Haywood. And move forward again. It was Lidhammer looking to play in as captain. Didn't quite work for him. Gutval does well. We all know what Gutval can do going forward. Paul Crowder.
Okay, we have another Super Seat giveaway, this time winning a free Five Guys meal voucher as the person in Block N. Block N, they're in row B. Our lucky winner is in seat number 6. Congratulations, you're going to Five Guys.
Fife have it. 12:25 to go of this first period. Moore. Good pass on the outside. Good interplay with Mathieu Roy. Craig Moore. Unfortunately for him, it comes off the Fife player's stick and high into the back net. I think it was Scott Arson's stick it came off of as the puck rose. Unlucky for Moore. Great interplay with Mathieu Roy. Livingston. Moore for the Clan, just nips in ahead of Kyle Just. Has to use the board to get the help of Scott Pitt. But Pitt straight away runs into his former teammate and pal, Scott Arson, now playing for the other team, of course. Pitt. And that's Livingston, I presume. Here he is, coming in on the inside left. James Livingston. And collides into the net. Clan win the face-off. It's Jordan Haywood. That's intercepted by Shaber. Good work from Fife Flyers. He's got Gauthier in the middle, and Gauthier delivers the finish. Good work from Chase Shaber, intuitively onto the puck, gets on it, and squares it across for Danny Gauthier to execute the finish. The Fife Flyers are level.
Equalising goal for the Fife Flyers, scored by number 78, Danny Gauthier, assisted by 91, Chase Shaver. Time of the goal, 28 minutes and 49 seconds. Opening goal for the Flyers, scored by 78, assisted by 91. Time of the goal, 28:49.
Chance from Clan goes just wide. That Clan got a little bit flat-footed in that opportunity. That allows Fife to get the equaliser. We've got a game here, 1-1. We're nearly at the halfway point of the contest. Glasgow Clan against the Fife Flyers. And the puck comes for Mikael Lidhammer. Comes in from the left-hand side. And Morrison got something on that off the pad as it bounced into the corner. Tim Crowder immediately blocked off by Craig Moore. That allows Clan to get it back under control. Lidhammer can only hit it into the towering frame of Jonas Emmerdal. Now Dylan Quayle takes it down the right-hand side. Fife Flyers again looking to capitalise. It's Emmerdal to Finucci on the left. Finucci. Colleen had to cover that near post quickly. Craig Moore brings it away. Now Lidhammer turns away from Tim Crowder. Good work from Craig Moore. Peacock in a collision again with one of the Fife players. Pufal doesn't quite get the execution on it he would have liked. Bit of a sclaff shot. Pufal, it's looking for a second bite, but the puck bounces at the worst possible moment, just as he had the look to play it in. Now Paul Crowder getting involved with Nolan Laporte. Starting to get a little bit feisty. Couple of handbag moments in this game. And Matt Pufal will take a seat for the Clan in the penalty box. 9:17 to go. And Fife will also have a player getting a bit rowdy over the far side. It's Emmerdal again. And that's something we're going to need to watch here. Nope, no Fife players in the penalty box, just one for the Clan. Well, 9:17 of the second period remains here. Glasgow Clan 1, Fife Flyers 1. Flyers haven't won in each of the last three meetings between these teams. That goes back to the end of last season.
One penalty to be served in the Rapstar sponsored penalty box. On the Glasgow Caledonian University sponsor number 44, Matt Pufal. 2 minutes for slashing. Penalty time 30 minutes and 43 seconds. One penalty.
Shaver.
2 minutes for
to Gauthier.
Penalty time 30, 43.
Gauthier looks to send it into the centre. It bounces nicely. And Colleen watching it very closely. Well, this game, I understand, very close to sellout. Very close, as in it got to the last few double digit, from what I understand. Not quite a sellout, but pretty close to it. these games usually do between the Clan and the Flyers. I think they're playing each other in Kirkcaldy in a couple of weeks, if memory serves me correctly. They're always feisty affairs. Here's Shaber. Fife moving it around well. They are the team on the power play at the moment. Gauthier with the pass. Haywood tries to cut it out. Back to Emmerdale at the blue line. Emmerdale flashes it wide. And Springer just puts the stick through it and sends it up the other end of the ice. Lyndon Springer. No messing from Clans number 27. Kyle Just makes the entry as the Flyers again look to take advantage of the extra player. Here's Finucci. Laporte again. Laporte just turns and sends it in the other direction. Morrison. Quayle into the neutral zone. Backhanded out to Kyle Just. Just on the turn. Now Finucci can't quite get there. This creates an opportunity for Nolan Laporte, who fires wide. That was a chance. A moment there for Fife Flyers. That could have been costly, as Nolan Laporte found himself one-on-one with Morrison. Finucci scrambled back desperately, but Laporte puts the shot wide. That was a chance for the Clan. Well, where is the next goal going to come from? It's a tight affair between these two teams. Of the last 8 meetings between the two of them here in Glasgow, 5 of those games have ended in 1-goal games. Here's Mac Howlett. Good work from Mac Howlett, taken away from him by Scott Arson. That's an opportunity gone for the youngster. You could hear the anticipation in the crowd. Big hit from Lyndon Springer on Chase Shaber. Shaber looking for Springer. Springer saw that one coming. Now Jack Musel. That was a huge hit on Springer. The fans certainly enjoyed that one. Shaber to Just. Out the far side to Scott Arson. Comes back to Patrick Killeen. Killeen having an excellent season with the Clan. Becker. And the puck lands in the crowd. 5:42 remains. And a fan down there happy with his souvenir. Thankfully nobody hurt. The action underway again. Dylan Quayle backhanded, sends it round the outside, looks for James Livingston. Pufall plays it back in. Clan have killed that penalty. Pufall back in action, of course. Kyle Just. Bit of an opportunist one from Kyle Just. Not sure what his intention was there. As Craig Moore just manages to hoodwink James Livingston. James Livingston was part of the Cardiff team that won the playoffs last year. Interesting that Livingston and Paul Crowder, a former Cardiff man, scored 4 of the 5 goals between them that defeated the Devils last week in Kirkcaldy. Rowe. It's into a tangle with Paul Crowder. Emmerdale makes the entry. Good work from Emmerdale. Tries the shot. Killeen throws up the glove and makes a save. 5 to go in the second period. 1-1. Paul Crowder, Chad Rowe in the centre. Laporte runs into Emmerdale. Flyers number 44 in his way. I don't think we're seeing the last of the afters between these two. Gutwald. Tim Crowder flings it into the centre, doesn't come off. Now Bjerrum. Crowder. Fife still hoping to make some progress here. Fanucci at the angle. The shot a bit too wayward. Springer just turns and lashes it away from the Clan zone. But icing is the call. Back underway, and it's Travis Earhart who takes it for the Clan to Jack Musel. Up on the right hand side, Musel. Howlett. Howlett looks up, looks for an option. The deflection just makes it bounce behind the goal and into the corner. Gauthier. Intercepted by Becca, who now makes the entry. Becca has to get past Gauthier and does so. But the pass into the centre, cut out by Shaber. Shaber again looking to feed the goat, as the Flyers would say. Danny Gauthier, number 78, with the Flyers goal so far in this game. Gauthier's 10th goal of the season. Here's Shaber. Back to Barry McKenzie, just wide. McKenzie hasn't been on the ice a lot tonight. Gauthier. And a bit of a collision, takes out two of them there. Both Gauthier and Shaber collide with each other, to the delight of the home fans. Gauthier around the outside to Dylan Quayle. Quayle, a former Dundee star from about 5 years ago, when Jeff Hutchins, who's now the assistant coach at Fife, he was the head coach at Dundee. That's a pass, it's Peacock. Peacock tries a low one. It just gets away from Morrison, luckily for him. The right side of goal from his point of view. Craig Moore at the blue line, plays it round the outside. Clan looking to do something quickly. Lidhammer, Matt Haywood just crowded out in the centre, and that allows Fife to break forward. Mike Cazzola inside to Kyle Just. Kyle Just, the block from Killeen. Killeen spreads himself across the crease. And again, Fife denied, but here's Jonas Emmerdal. The pressure continues inside the last 2 minutes of the period. Scott Arson flings it in. Emmerdal, and Killeen finally makes the cover. As that spell of pressure comes to an end. .147 remaining of the second period. Goes back to Emmerdal. Emmerdal fires in. That takes one hell of a deflection. If that net hadn't been there, I'm pretty sure the scoreboard would have got the full brunt of that, or God forbid someone behind there. Just looking over the far side, James Livingston has left the Fife bench to make his way back to the locker room. I don't know if there's maybe an issue with him, or maybe he knows he's not getting another shift in this period. But he's certainly gone back to the Fife locker room at the moment. Now Bjerrum. Jordan Haywood has to time it and win it back. Laporte jammed up on this near side by Emmerdal. Big presence, Jonas Emmerdal, the number 44. Spent all of his career in his native Sweden before finally deciding to make the move away from his homeland. And we're going to see a high stick. It is a penalty. Well, it's on Nolan Laporte. My apologies, I thought that was for Fife. But Nolan Laporte's not happy. I did wonder, I looked over, I saw the Fife fans were cheering. That's clearly why. I thought that was for Emmerdale. Well, now a minute and 4 left of the second period. And Fife have themselves a power play. Could be a good time to try and get another marker on the board.
1 minute remaining in the second period. 1 minute. One penalty to be served in the Rap Stars.
There's an elbow on Lyndon Springer.
Number 37, Nolan Laporte. 2 minutes for high stakes. Penalty time
And Danny Gauthier
2 minutes and 56
is the man in the box. 2 minutes for elbows.
Number 37. 2 minutes for high stakes. Penalty time 38:56.
Penalty to be served in the Leisure Resort sponsored penalty box.
On number 78, Danny Gauthier, 2 minutes for elbows. Penalty time 39 minutes. Flyers penalty number 78, 2 minutes for elbows. Penalty time 39 minutes.
Well, elbows is the offence for Danny Gauthier. So Fife's power play lasted a whole 4 seconds before Danny Gauthier decided to use the elbow. 45 seconds left, 4-on-4 hockey here in Glasgow. 1-1 between Glasgow and the Fife Flyers. And it's cut out well by the Clan D as Matt Puffel strides forward. Cuts it inside to Jordan Haywood. Good work from Haywood. Back again to Puffel. Puffel with a shot. It drops in front of Morrison. And Jordan Haywood was the man looking to pick up the scraps. Doesn't quite work out. Puffel still in possession of it now. There are 1 or 2 little flash points here. Bounces off Pitt. I think he was looking to try and control it, but the bounce was too much. And Mathieu Roy and the other referees moving to kill off any animosity in there. You know it's building nicely in this game. Where will we see boiling points? Well, not long to go in the second period. Level between the two teams. Earhart gets something on it. Cazzola looked as though he was going to break away there. We won't see another chance as the buzzer will go. And there it is. An equalising goal from Danny Gauthier in the second period.
It's time to get started with the third period of tonight's Elite League match between our two teams, the Fife Flyers.
And back in action for the third period. We've got 4-on-4 hockey for 57 seconds. Scott Pitt straight away looking for an early break. Paul Crowder has it for the Flyers. Just loses it in that, what's it, quite a sticky bit there, just behind the, just in front of the Fife fans. But back in play, freshly cut ice. 30 seconds of Fife's penalty remains. 32 now for the Clan. 2 players sitting out are Nolan Laporte for the Clan and Danny Gauthier. And we'll see them return imminently. Haywood, Jordan Haywood. To Scott Pitt. Back to the blue line for Puffel. Now Pitt. Nicked away by Paul Crowder. Puffel on the turn, comes back for Mathieu Roy. Laporte is back in action, and he's back to pick that one up. Danny Gauthier also returns to the action. Laporte with the pass to Puffel on the other side. Bounce up for Chad Rowe. Fife have it back under control. James Isaacs for the Fife Flyers. He's ended up behind Travis Earhart. Quick turn. And he's played it back to Rasmus Pieram. Isaacs with it for the Flyers. This game on a knife edge. 1-1 between these Scottish rivals. Flyers had some indifferent form recently. As Rowe, and it's cut out straight away. Isaacs. Pieram against Gutwald. It's Fife who bring it away from their own zone. It's Gauthier. Gauthier in this near corner. Back to Scott Arson. Comes off a Clan stick. And it's Lyndon Springer down the other side. Number 27. Now picked up by Jordan Buesa. Buesa with a low shot, and Killeen makes a catch. Well, missing for the Clan tonight are Scott Tansky. Tansky over on the Clan bench sporting a rather fetching bow tie. And Matt Stanish missing also as well.
9-1, congratulations, you are our winner in the signed stick raffle. Please head to the foyer.
Arson on the turn, goes round the outside. Killeen just tries to take the sting out of it at least, and Puffle picks it up for the Clan. Puffle ends up just making a go of it himself through the centre. Looks for Lidhammer down the right hand side. Now Kyle Just inside pass. And Puffle making his presence felt against Dylan Quayle. Now Craig Moore. Moore backhanded to Lidhammer. Both men former teammates at Dundee Stars. Livingston tries to keep it in play. 3 minutes gone of this third period. As we see Dylan Quayle in possession for the Fife Flyers. Quayle back in Scotland. Musel comes all the way back to Craig Moore. Springer inside to Jack Musel. On the turn, Springer has to dart back quickly and get in ahead of Paul Crowder. Springer still has it, does well. Doesn't release it quick enough, it's Paul Crowder. And straight away the Clan Sticks get in to rescue their goalie. Good bit of work there, that could have been really dangerous, the chance. Paul Crowder getting the opportunity on the back of his hat-trick last week. That's not a man you want to leave any space for. Cut out by Mikael Gutwald. Crowder inside to his brother Tim Crowder. The Crowder brothers leading from the front for the Fife Flyers. Travis Earhart. Earhart goes wide. Well, an interesting week ahead for the Clan. Hosting Cardiff Devils here on Wednesday night. A game that's live on television. And then back here to take on the Sheffield Steelers next Sunday. Matt Puffle going himself. What can he do with this? What a chance! Adam Morrison gets something on it with his glove. And it goes over. What a chance from Matt Puffle though. Terrific solo effort. Now the Flyers burst forward, it's Gauthier. Gauthier runs into Puffle. We're going to see a penalty. As the referee, David Good, throws his hand up for tripping. Matt Puffle takes a seat. Three seconds shy of 5 minutes gone in this third period.
Served in the Rapstar sponsored penalty box.
On the Glasgow Caledonian University sponsor number 44, Matt Hooper. 2 minutes for tripping. Penalty time 44 minutes and 57 seconds. Clan penalty number 44, 2 minutes
Cazzola.
for tripping.
Rifles it wide. Now the Flyers will look to make the most of this as much as they can. Cazzola taps it into the centre. Fife looking for the goal, and the referee quick to chop it off. The goal had moved before the final effort was taken, and Fife have a resigned look about them just when they thought they'd make the breakthrough. The goal had moved and no goal given. Killeen again on top form across his crease to try and cover that as best he can. Well, the fact the referees aren't even consulting goal line tech, I think tells you how sure they are that the goal had moved before Fife initiated the final effort. Finucci. Quayle. Back to Cazzola. Low one from Cazzola, straight into the logo of Killeen. Fife on the power play, looking for an effort. That will give them the edge. Cazzola to Quayle. Back to Cazzola. McKenzie. Kyle Just for the Flyers. Tries to force it in. Crowder is right in front of Killeen. I think the body's coming together just outside that crease there. Back underway we go as the puck comes all the way down into Fife ice. Jonas Emmerdal picks it up for the Flyers. Flyers look to burst it forward. Shaber and Gauthier combining again. Shaber round the outside to Livingston, back to Shaber. Tim Crowder is free on this near side. Will they use him? The pass comes to him, bounces away. Nolan Laporte is straight away on him. Comes back to Emmerdal. Back into Fife ice, and Matt Puffel returns to action. Peacock round the outside. Springer, picked up by Lidhammer. Lidhammer through the centre. Will he try one? Goes wide. This game could go either way. 1-1 as Lidhammer picks it up in the neutral zone, plays it back the way. Pitt, and too far away from Roy to do anything with it. Now Becker finds Roy. Pitt is the option in the face-off circle. Becker, one-timer, bounces off Adam Morrison. Roy, Puffel. Inside to Roy at the hash marks. Squares it, no one there. Or at least no one there to take advantage of it as the Flyers make a break from their own zone. Kyle just keeps it in play. It's Mike Cazzola for the Fife Flyers into the centre. It's a low one, it's into the net. A final touch from Kyle Just has taken it beyond Patrick Killeen. Could that be the biggest moment of the game for the Fife Flyers? Kyle Just with the final touch. The assist, I think, came from Scott Arson. We'll get confirmation on that in just a second, but an opportunity, and Fife Flyers have taken it. 11:26, the shot fired in from the left, Just gets the touch, and it's just enough to beat Patrick Killeen. 2-1 for the Flyers.
Second goal for the Fife Flyers, scored by number 73, Kyle Just, assisted by number 6, Scott Arson, and by number 13, Mike Cazzola. Time of the goal, 48 minutes and 34 seconds.
Now Clan bursts forward, Chad Rowe, a low shot, bounces off Morrison. Jet just unlucky there from Lyndon Springer.
48-34. Okay, we've made the draw in tonight's Creation IP shirt off the back. Matthew Roy, Game 1 jersey, going to our winner tonight. Get your tickets ready. Winning ticket in the Creation IP shirt off the back. Ticket number 224411. 224411. Congratulations, you are our winner. Please head to the foyer.
Springer. Fife look to build on this now. They've got the go-ahead goal. A third one could prove to be crucial at this moment in time. Springer runs into a little bit of problems. Matt Haywood having to hold off former teammate Gutwald. Peacock, Letama. And Gutwald moves out of danger, but it's cut out by Peacock. He has to adjust his stance to get the pass into Haywood. Back to Peacock on the right-hand side. Peacock turns away from Gauthier. Jordan Haywood. Clan still look to build on that right side. Haywood now going for a more forceful approach. And instead it's forced wide. We're inside the final 10 minutes of this Elite League encounter. 2-1 for the Fife Flyers. Haywood. Haywood takes a slip. Pufel has to use his body to get in the way of Kyle Just. Good work from Jordan Haywood, just takes out the interest in him from the Fife players. Here's Pufel. Into the centre, Becker bats at it, just wide. Well, it started out a great night for Matt Becker. A minute and a half into his return after injury. And now here we are with Fife 2-1 up. Clan off to Coventry, off to the Sky Dome tomorrow, that's Sunday. Now Scott Pitt gets away from Dylan Quayle, cuts it inside. Nolan Laporte not quite there. This allows Fife to burst forward. Emmerdal doesn't quite get the support he thought he had. Gets it back at the blue line though. Livingston fought for it in the corner. Sorry, at the side. Bit noisier in the corner where the Fife fans are on the back of that goal. Rowe for Laporte. Back to Earhart. Good swift shot. And now a bit of a scramble. It was a quick shot from Travis Earhart. Can we see something from the Clan here? The chance from Bjerrum just skims wide. Laporte has to contend with Mikael Gutwald. That's not an easy person to shake off. Gutwald, quite an imposing figure. Jordan Haywood cut out by the Flyers. Here comes Paul Crowder. Crowder and Jordan Haywood coming together. Springer gets away from Tim Crowder. Puck is loose. Clan look to create here. Bjerrum picks it up. Takes it forward into the neutral zone. Springer for Lidhammer. Lidhammer needs a bit of help. He's got it. Lyndon Springer with Peacock behind him. Good work, but Peacock can only fire it into Barry McKenzie. Matt Haywood with Scott Arson. Lidhammer on the turn. Lidhammer a bit of a tussle. Coming all the way back here. Pufal with the chance. It's going to creep in and it has done! A bit of luck from the Glasgow Clan and it's gone in. It looks like Craig Peacock has got the final touch. Agonisingly over the line. Adam Morrison can do nothing about it. But the final touch from Craig Peacock, and it's enough for the Clan to draw level. 2-2.
Second and equalising goal for the Glasgow Clan, scored by the Consult Lift Services sponsor, number 21, Mikael Lidhammer.
Well, Lidhammer has been
Clan goal scorer, number 21,
credited with that goal.
Assist on the goal goes to the Tilson sponsor, number 71,
Craig Peacock with the assist. It was Peacock with the initial chance. A slight scramble, and Lidhammer getting the final touch.
71. Time of the goal, 52-54.
So now we're deadlocked at 2-2 with just under 6.5 minutes to go. We're back to not knowing what way this game could go. It has been an entertaining game. There has been moments, little shoves and nudges. It's never really come to anything other than that. Earhart comes back to Bjerrum. Gutwald. Flyers burst forward again. James Isaacs jumped into the corner.
Right, get those Cat House 50-50 draw tickets at the ready. The prize tonight, a fantastic £1,390. Winning ticket number in the Cat House 50-50 draw, 1385171. 1385171. Congratulations, you've won almost £1,400.
Back to Springer.
Please head to the foyer.
Bjerrum has it. Can Clan find an opening? Earhart fires it in. Bounces off the backboard. Fife turn it away again. Travis Earhart down the outside. Finds Nolan Laporte. He's got Bjerrum in the centre. What will Laporte do here? Turns inside! And it's found its way into the net. Nolan Laporte with a third goal for the Clan. With just over 5 minutes left to go. You wondered if he was going to use Rasmus Bjerrum, but no! The little touch inside, and Laporte has done enough to send it past Adam Morrison, and the Clan leading by 3-2.
The goal for the Glasgow Clan, scored by the Ogilvy Group sponsor, number 37, Nolan Laporte. Clan goal scorer, number 37, Nolan. Assists on the goal go to the ICW sponsor, number 27,
Matt Haywood.
Lyndon Springer, and to the X-Band sponsor, number 2, Travis Earhart. Time of the goal, 54 minutes.
Well, that was timely.
Third goal for the Clan.
Todd Dutiam
assisted by 20.
Reassesses his plans now.
Time of the goal, 54-47.
Now, like last week, Clan had to battle for victory against the Dundee Stars. They were 3-1 up. Stars got it back to 3-2. Pitt tries to get on the end of that one. Dundee had got it back to 3-2. It looked a bit edgy in the final minutes. Livingston with the shot. And Scott Pitt and Chase Shaber both enter the penalty boxes. We've got 4-on-4 hockey. Well, that makes it interesting. 4-on-4. Well, the next couple of minutes at least.
Penalties to be served in the Ramstar and the Leisure Resort sponsored penalty box.
On the Flyers, number 91, Chase Shaber receives 2 minutes for tripping.
Row.
On the Clan, the GTS MRO sponsor number 61, Scott Pitt, receives 2 minutes for interference. Penalties time 55 minutes and 55 seconds. 91 of the Flyers, 2 minutes for tripping. 61 of the Clan, 2 for interference. Penalties time.
Clan win it back again. It's Lyndon Springer. Another chance. It's a fourth one, and it's Chad Rowe. 3.5 to go. That must surely be it for the Glasgow Clan. Lyndon Springer again playing a key part in that goal, laying it off. Chad Rowe with the execution. Morrison beaten a fourth time. Clan 4, Fife Flyers 2.
Fourth goal for the Glasgow Clan, scored by the Venus Gym sponsor, number 5, Chad Rowe. Clan goal scorer number 5, Chad. Assist on the goal goes to the ICW sponsor, number 27, Lyndon Springer. Time of the goal, 56 minutes and 31 seconds. Fourth goal for the Clan.
Another effort there, Earhart with a chance, and well saved by Adam Morrison. That could have been 5. Flyers take the face off, it's Gutwald. Well, what a moment for the Clan players. Stand up for the Glasgow Clan is the song, as Finucci puts his chance wide. That could have been a little bit awkward. Fife look to get one back on the board in these final minutes. Try and make things a bit interesting. Adam Morrison is pulled, and now Clan, if they can get out of their own zone and really turn it up. Mathieu Roy wins it back, takes a tumble under James Livingston. Flyers go for the extra skater, Carlo Finucci. Can the Flyers build something up with this? Final minutes of the game. It's Emmerdale to Cazzola. Finucci right in front of Killeen, and Flyers not able to make the execution. Pitt and Shaber return to the action. And now Scott Pitt. Excellent pass Will Becca finish it off? Oh, just wide from Matt Becca. That would have been quite the night for him to bookend with the opening and last goals rather from Matt Becca. Unlucky. But Fife going for it now. All or nothing. 4-2 down. Shaver. Springer takes a tumble. And will Scott Pitt execute the finish? He won't get there. Clan do, and Lyndon Springer completes his night. 2 assists to his name already. And there's a goal as well. Lyndon Springer makes it 5-2 for the Glasgow Clan. We thought Scott Pitt might have got in there first, but Pitt just making sure it goes over the line. Springer did well considering he got in a tussle with Chase Shaber, but he got enough of a touch on it, and that secures the 2 points if they weren't already secured already.
Scored by the ICW sponsor, number 27, Lyndon.
But when you consider 48-34, Fife went 2-1 ahead. It looked precarious.
Time of the goal, 58 minutes and 38 seconds.
But Fife, you have to say, have collapsed a little bit in this third period. And that's something they'll have to address. The feel-good factor around the Flyers last week after that Cardiff win, you really sensed could have been a turning point for them. Now work to do, back to the drawing board. As for the Clan, they just keep rolling on. A hard-fought win against Dundee last week. On the back of a point in Guildford, they lost the game there, but it was in overtime. They took it the distance. And now plenty for Zach Fitzgerald to be happy about. As Clan go from 2-1 down, going into the final 10 minutes, even so close as the final 5 minutes, to win the game by 5-2. That's incredible. That's the night, and that is the game. Well, another good night. Clan short benched with Matt Stanish and Scott Tansky out of action. Matt Becca opened the scoring after a minute and a half. Danny Gauthier levelled things up at 28-49. They went 2-1 ahead at 48-34 before Mikael Lidhammer equalised with just over 7 minutes left to play. And from there, the goals kept coming. Nolan Laporte, Chad Rowe, and then an empty netter from Lyndon Springer, adding to his 2 assists, completing an excellent night's work for the Glasgow Clan. Another 2 points on the board. The wins just keep on coming. Cardiff here on Wednesday for the next one. Final score, Glasgow Clan 5, Fife Flyers 2.